I had to block my mom for this video, and I'm a little skeptical on posting it, but I just am hoping this reaches my target audience, okay? But there's a lot of struggles as a mixed person, very unique struggles to being specifically black and white, and it's when you have a white mom, okay? That specific struggle. My mom.
Before I play this real quick, I've heard this. Like, there are unique struggles to white moms, and there are unique struggles to white dads, and there are unique struggles to black dads and black moms. Yeah, I get it. I don't know if I would call it a struggle as much as culture clash, because I think I understand some aspect of it, considering that I know so many people from my ethnicity who have parents who come from West Africa. And the difference here is some of their kids are first generation Americans, and some of their kids, to make things simple, when you have kids who are born in America and you're not from America as a parent, but your kids are, they're born here, they understand the culture, they learn the culture, there's a value system clash that happens. It's a matter of how they grew up versus how you're growing up. And I'm not sure if it's necessarily a struggle as much as just what life is. Like the hippies, that was a culture clash. That was a cultural clash. They wanted, oh, well, we want peace, man. Peace, everything, peace. And people are like, you guys are crazy. Like, just go to work, man. Just deal with the system. Try to become better. Try to make more money. And they're like, no, man, there's so much wrong with the world. It's a value system clash. When she says that I have a white mom and there are struggles, if you want to see it as a struggle, it's going to be a struggle. But if you want to see it as a difference in value systems and how you're raised in today's time versus how your mom or dad was raised like 40, 30, 40 years ago, it'll serve you so much better than thinking there's something wrong, because there's not something wrong. There are different belief systems. That's how you can get along with people better, is understand that they have a different belief system. We all don't think the same. And so humans don't struggle. Humans aren't seeing the same things from the same perspectives, and it may feel like a struggle, but the moment you sit to try to understand, it stops becoming that. Unless the person is just a bad person, then we're talking about something completely different. Then it's a struggle, because you're not struggling with different value systems. You're struggling with someone who has bad character. But let's see where this goes.
Makes racist comments frequently.
Whoa, okay.
And makes racist comments frequently. And every time I call her out on it, it's like, I'm kicking you out of my house. And I don't know. I'm debating going no contact. And this whole thing started over my half brother, but he's just my brother, really. So he's not related to her, okay? He's fully black. He's having a black child, okay? He doesn't want her to see him because she's racist, right? And she is mad that I get to see the child, basically. And she's trying to stick her fingers in it and ruin it for me. And she went out of her way to text him. I knew they don't talk, because she threatened to call the cops on him when he wanted to take me out to lunch, because sorry, I don't want to cry because I'm not a social media crier. That's not going to be me. But I was going through homelessness and I didn't have any friends, and I was being bullied by my mother. I didn't go to school because I was so depressed. And my mom said the N-word and like supports Trump. Like, what? Like, what the fuck is that? So for me, my brother was my first like positive black figure in my life, right? Because at this point I didn't have a dad either. So she starts to call the cops on him for doing that, because I had to sneak out to go. The second time, it was to go get shoes for my like homecoming dance. I'd never been to a dance before. And then she threatens to call the cops because my dad was there and my brother didn't come. And she's like, well, he lied, and blah, blah, blah. And blames it on him, and it was like this big scary incident. I remember just like sobbing, screaming, crying. It was pretty bad. Simultaneously, the time that we're going to like court, she literally told me she didn't want me and like threw like court papers at me, whatever. Trauma dump, okay. But yesterday.
Speaking of a bad parent, this is a bad parent. I don't know what racism has to do with anything. I don't know what white and black and being mixed and growing up in a mixed household, white mom or white dad or black mom or black dad. Hey, look, man, that just sounds like a bad parent. The fact that you were homeless, the fact that she said the N word. Look, white people say the N word behind closed doors, man. Let's not act like every white person that says the N word is a racist and all of this stuff, man. You have rap artists saying the N word in music and all. You really don't think white people say the N word behind closed doors? Because they do. And the moment you accept that it's a word that black people have popularized to the point that it's put white people in a difficult position. Look, we know calling white people the C word can be derogatory because not all of them were whipping black people. So calling white people the C word is derogatory. It's like calling me a slave catcher, even though I wasn't even, my ancestors aren't from the United States. So calling white people that name is kind of crazy. But imagine if some of the really, really popular songs, like pop culture songs, were mostly country music and they were saying the C word, you know, in every other sentence or so. I'm pretty sure black people would be saying it like crazy. Even if they couldn't say it out in public, they'll be saying it behind closed doors. And so for black people to act like white people don't say the N word, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Secondly, her mom, she said her mom said it and it's racist. Yo, if you let social media determine how you see the world, her mom is not a cool person. She's not a nice person. She's not a kind person. Even if she were a good person, she would still not like her mom. She would have trouble living with her mom because social media is telling you one thing, but your personal family life experience is something else. And the thing is, like, this whole there's this movement right now where people are calling out therapy for advising people to no contact their parents instead of having really strong boundaries. Look, there's some parents that are just like, hey, I want nothing to do with you anymore. You're a down, bad, horrible person. You might as well be a criminal. I get removing yourself from that situation, but people are going no contact with their parents. And some of the stories you hear, you're just like, it's not that bad. But people are going no contact because it's becoming more popular. It's becoming popularized thanks to therapy. Honestly, everyone's going to therapy now, and no contact with parents if they don't respect your boundaries. It's like parents are your friends or something. That's not how family works. You have to understand, parents were once young and they might have outdated habits and ideas and perspectives on the world. It might be up to you to put your foot down and say, look, dude, I get you're my dad, I get you're my mom, but you're not acting like an adult. Maybe we don't need a mom-child relationship. Maybe we need a like, I'm an adult and you're an adult, so let's talk like adults kind of relationship. Not disrespectful, also understanding they're your parents, but it's like something isn't right with you. Parents are supposed to raise children to be responsible adults. But when the parents can't do that, their position as parents in that relationship, I think it deserves a demotion. It needs to be demoted. Even though you understand respectfully, you're my mom or my dad, you don't act like an adult who should be taking me into your home and taking care of me. She's homeless, man. Or she was homeless. Got pissed that her brother bought her food because she was homeless. Like, that's not a good parent. You shouldn't go no contact, but you should definitely put your foot down. And those are the kind of parents where you look to be independent financially with your house, with your food, with your life. Like, just be separate from them, but don't strip them of that relationship because they put effort into raising you at some point, right? And you should recognize that.
We were talking about this because this all sparked over, my brother not wanting her to be a part of any of this, because why are you the victim and why are you so selfish that you think this needs to be about you? And we keep telling her entitled, and she doesn't listen. Because my brother, who is my
because she's sick,
that lives with me, we were talking to her about this, and she said we were telling her that Joe doesn't want to see you because you're racist, and she's like, I'm not racist. And then we go over the N-word thing. You said that. She's like, well, I wasn't saying it like that. I wasn't saying it towards you, so it doesn't even matter. And she's like, the educated ones don't say the N-word. So she's like one of the good ones, basically. She said the
Like they've made it a problem in the house now. Just because she says the N-word doesn't make her racist. You're not automatically racist for saying the N-word. Like, are you kidding me? That's crazy. You're racist. You don't like the skin of black people because because you said the N-word and that makes you racist. Yet she is causing drama about seeing your full black brother's full black child. How does she want to see this child and have some kind of relationship with the child / your brother when she's racist? This is the incoherence of going along with things people say in social media because it's just easier to, oh, don't say the N-word. That's bad. That makes you racist. Yeah, of course. Don't go around saying the N-word. I don't even say it because it's a stupid word. It's foolish. It's like, it's the dumbest thing ever. Different conversation. But don't label someone racist for saying it. That doesn't make any sense because they might actually not be racist. They might be idiots. They might be fools. They might be ignorant. They might be prejudiced. But racism, that's a different kind of classification that people have just normalized.
educated blacks don't say the N-word. That was her exact words. And she's like, well, the ones I'm friends with, they don't even say it because they're educated. And I was just like, you wouldn't say that about white people. You wouldn't say that. And then she's like, well, yes, there's white trash. No, you're not just now saying that. When it comes to your head, just like, I only associate with the educated black people. That is basically what you're saying, especially when you're angry and you're spewing these things. And I'm telling her, I'm not yelling, mind you. I was not yelling at her. I was like, this is a very disgusting thing that you're saying. Like, you are saying really disgusting shit right now. And if you said this in front of a bunch of people, you would lose your job in a minute, especially having a government job like that.
No, that doesn't determine if you're a good or bad person. Sorry, just because she would lose her job doesn't determine if she's a good or bad person. Because, of course, people have done really bad things and they've lost their job. And that's fair. But if she said the N-word and she lost her job over it, just because she lost her job doesn't point to her character. It's evidence as to something's going on, but it doesn't point to her character. If a white person says the N-word, they lose their job. Why? Because black people used to be slaves. What if that white person has no ancestral blood in the United States? There's still a history you have to acknowledge. Like, I feel like this is like a really emotional thing that's built up over time because her mom isn't a good person. And so any small thing that they don't like that she does now just gets chucked into the same category of like, oh, look, see, same character, bad person. But it just doesn't work that way. If she got on here and said, this is what my mom does, bad, cool. But you're getting on here and calling her racist for saying these things, and where I could see potentially, but it doesn't even equate because she had a black man. She was intimate with a black man. How are you racist? How do you hate the dark skin color, yet lay with a man, have a child, and cause drama to see the offspring of a fully black guy? How do you do that? She is not inherently racist. She is not racist. Ignorant? Yes. Ignorant, absolutely. Like, clownish? Yes, your mom is an absolute clown. But racist? No, I don't see that at all. How is it possible? How do I hate white people? How do you say I hate white people? And yet my half of my family is white. How would that be possible? How would that be possible? This is the incoherence of this whole movement. This is wild.
And then it just goes back to like, oh, I raised you, I gave you everything when we had nothing, and I was working a minimum wage job, and your dad this and that. I'm just like, I don't care what you gave. I don't care what you've given me. I don't care. We could have been somehow poorer than we were. And if you were a good mother who instilled good values in me, then I feel like that would, negate all of that. It wouldn't even really matter that we had it hard because it would have, but you know what I mean? It's not the same.
It goes without saying, why do you think you have good values now? Where did you learn it from? And why do you think those are good values? You think you have good values, but do you? I don't know her enough to say that she does or doesn't, but to say your mom doesn't have good values and then you have good values and then you can judge her bad values based on your supposed good values means that you have good values. I'm not sure if she has good values. I think she has a general consensus type of value system gotten from social media, gotten from people, saying this hearsay and all of this stuff. And she's imposing that on her mom, and it's making her mom look really bad. Like I said earlier, parents raise you. Even if they're bad parents, they still have to raise you to a certain extent. And you're giving those parents, as difficult as it may be, you're giving those parents to become a certain type of person. Don't demonize them. Recognize them for who they are and set boundaries accordingly. Your life would be so much better, would be so much easier if you just recognize that certain type of parents need certain types of boundaries. Instead of constantly trying to let her in and push her away and let her in and push her away, it's just an emotional mess. Let me know your thoughts below, what you would do in this situation. Personally, I would just set really, really hard boundaries. I would have a relationship with the parent, but I would set really strong boundaries because obviously this was not the greatest mom, not at all. But racist? I don't know, man, far from it. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you. Subscribe and I'll catch you later. Peace.